Hello and welcome to the Daily Show again. We're coming to you from Auckland.
This is our Airbnb. It's pretty flash, huh?
It is flashed. Well, today we spoke to some pretty cool people. Reece
Yes.
Darby.
We talked to Reece Darby, we talked to How to Dad, Hayley Holt, and also today on our YouTube channel you can see our interview with Sierra Birchall, who was Miss Universe Canada. She got a lot of hate online for not fitting the mould of a Miss Universe contestant, and she had a really great response to all the critics. I really like her. She's really inspirational.
Eve did a great interview with her, and if you want to check it out, it's on our YouTube channel. So it is well worth a watch once you've watched the live stream. And a big shout out to everyone that is watching right now. Thank you for joining us. But in New Zealand, I guess pageants aren't really a thing, are they?
This is what I was saying, and she said in Canada they're not really much of a thing either. They are big in America though, and a lot of people you wouldn't even realise started out in pageants in the US. For instance, Oprah Winfrey won a pageant when she was 17 years old.
Yeah, crazy. Also, Grace Helbig, who we interviewed in LA at the start of this year, entered. Well, she was a finalist in Miss Jersey, New Jersey, 12 years ago.
Yep. And Selena Gomez, Katy Perry, and Demi Lovato were all the top stars.
Right?
I'm not.
Why? Say what you're feeling.
I'm reserving judgment is what I'm doing, because culturally, like in New Zealand, it seems quite extreme to enter your child into a competition which is about performing and looking a certain way, being a child, wearing makeup, doing all that stuff. I did dance competitions when I was little though, and some girls...
Was your mum one of those dance moms, like that TV show? They are crazy.
We rocked up to this dance competition because I just thought it would be fun, right? And it was to get my confidence up because I was too scared. I used to do dancing, but I would only do it behind the couch. I didn't do it where anyone...
What, like you'd be...
Yeah, like I wouldn't do it where anyone could see me. I was too embarrassed.
Why don't you just go to your room and do it?
Oh, because the speakers were in the living room.
Oh.
So I didn't have music in my room. Anyway, I went to this dance competition and all the other little girls had makeup on. And I was about 7 and I didn't realise I was supposed to wear makeup. So Mum was like, oh, well, okay, we'll do your makeup. So she only had her kit. And my mum has darker skin than me.
You had fake eyelashes.
No, my mum is darker skin than me. And so I was like this little white body with this brown face.
It was terrible.
You're
the size of one as well.
I didn't win the competition, and I kind of helped thinking maybe.
Are you thinking that you didn't win it because of the makeup?
Honestly, they
Surely
they
when it comes
judged.
to dance competitions, it's
No
about the...
points for presentation.
Wow.
Legit.
Wow. Now, who else was part of a pageant? I think that was it.
I think that was it. Did you ever do pageantry as a child?
No, I didn't, No. I remember...
But you've always told stories about how your mum made you go get singing lessons.
Yeah.
And I saw your mum the other day and she was like, he begged me for them.
Trust me, I didn't. She is talking to Jan because I think she wanted to be the stage mum. I remember when like Peter Pan were auditioning in New Zealand when I was like 10 or 11, and she's like, you're going to audition for a Lost Boy. And I remember I had the option of auditioning for a Lost Boy or going to rugby training.
And what did you go for?
I went to rugby training.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Because like a part of me was just like, okay, well, obviously I'm not an All Black. That rugby training didn't really do anything for me. But I could have missed my chance. You know, that could have been my break.
And then you begged your mum for musical performance lessons.
I don't know, Peter Pan, a stage show might come to New Zealand, who knows? And then I'm prepared. Now, speaking of, I guess, the entertainment industry and movies and rah-de-rah, great segue, Adam. There's a new movie coming out about JF Kennedy.
Yeah, and Ansel Elgort. I never know how to say his name, but you know who he is. He's the one who on Instagram posted that photo of him baking in the kitchen, and he was like topless, but he had this apron on. He's just trying to get girls excited about him as a person.
Do you follow him on Instagram?
Pardon?
Yeah. Do you follow him on Instagram?
I don't.
How do you know that he was
Saw it
topless?
on E-News.
All right, okay, cool.
But anyway, that feels secondary. This new movie's coming out, and it's about JFK and his time in the Navy in World War II.
I love the whole story around the Kennedy family. It's just fascinating.
But it's really tragic.
It's tragic, but it's like fascinating.
But it's so sad what's happened.
It's sad, but fascinating sad.
Okay.
Now, if...
okay.
No, sorry, I was going to say, who would you cast to play some other world leaders?
Okay, right. So Ansel is JFK.
Okay,
when you hear that, you can kind of visualize it.
Now,
so we've got a couple of
I'm going to give you this one here. Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister.
You know I follow him on Instagram.
Okay.
He's just amazing.
Right.
So liberal, really
what-
cares
what-
about his people.
Yeah.
I've thought about
Do
it.
you know some of his policies?
Yes, that's why I follow him.
All right, just you.
Who did I think? Oh yeah, Bradley Cooper.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of see it, right? You
I
can
was
kinda
more
see it.
thinking Tom Cruise.
But you'd want someone to play his younger life, his earlier life,
Tom Cruise is pretty tiny.
his earlier life.
Okay, so like.
Move on. What's the next one? Helen Clark. Okay, who would you cast to play Helen Clark? I reckon it would have to be Meryl Streep because she's the only person who would get the accent. And she
I'm
would
gonna go Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise for all answers. Okay, and the last one, the Key family. Again, thought about this. Dennis Quaid doesn't look too dissimilar from John Key. And also, it would need to be somebody who would do that kind of film. You know, because it wouldn't be a big blockbuster. It would be something a little bit more low-key. And I reckon Justin Bieber could play Max Key.
Oh yeah, good call with the Biebs.
He might want to break into a kind of serious acting role.
Brona kind of reminds me of like Mrs. Brown or like Mrs. Doubtfire. I know she's 20 years off.
Okay, so
that
Mrs.
kind of-
Doubtfire and Mrs. Brown, the thing they have in common is that men play those women.
Can't rule things out, can you? You do not know. Thankfully, this live stream isn't huge around New Zealand, so we
Or
might
anywhere.
slip under the radar,
Or anywhere.
which will be ideal.
Michelle Rodriguez, who is in The Fate of the Furious, is that what it's called? The 8th film
Yeah.
in the Fast and the Furious series. Did a post on Instagram today to talk about the fact that the movie is out on, what, DVD, something like that?
Digitally.
Whatever. What does that mean? Is that,
Do you know what digitally
is that
is?
like a Blu-ray? Laser
I imagine it's just like you can download
CD.
it online, like online the internet.
Oh, on
Like-
the internet thing. Great.
You know
Okay,
what the
so she
internet
does
is,
this
yeah.
post. Mostly people would say, my movie's out, it's awesome, go check it out, go support it, blah, blah, blah. She said, F8 is out digitally today, whatever that means. I hope they decide to show some love to the women of the franchise on the next one, or I might have to say goodbye to a loved franchise.
Oh.
That's not what you expect from a publicity post. Like, sometimes celebrities post things that the publicist has sent them, they just copy and paste, and it says like, Dear Adam, please say, I love M&M's, goes blah, 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 blah. And they post the whole thing.
Yeah.
That no one has signed that off.
She might not be in the next one. They might just be like, we don't want you now.
But they do, I haven't seen any of these films, but apparently they've got a history of killing off the female characters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a film you go see because you want to see women empowered, is it?
No, it's a film that because
like
you want
cars.
to go see fast cars.
And other modes of transport. I feel like they've ventured out. of
Apparently,
cars.
I haven't really got into this franchise either, but they're saying that they feel like they've done everything on land, like with cars. Like there's not much more you can do.
Then they
I've
did the
heard
boat.
there's rumours that they're going to go undersea submarines.
Wow. Like that Rihanna movie.
Did Rihanna have a movie?
Rihanna did a submarine movie. What was it called? Submarine.
Battleship.
Battleships. Thank you.
Wow.
Based on the game. What's another
That
game
was the
you would?
most boring game, so I can only imagine what the movie's
What's
like.
another game you would want to see? Guess who?
Snakes and ladders.
Ah. Yeah, like a haunted house.
Yeah.
And you've got to try get out, and there's snakes and like snake pits
Yeah.
and
And
ladders.
ladders. And a giant die.
No,
Because you need to die, don't you? What others?
no, that's
Monopoly? I guess that's just real life, isn't it?
Feels
Just
like
getting-
real life. It
getting-
feels like real life.
spending some money on the houses and rent and go.
It always takes a turn. It always starts out happy and ends up taking a turn. Have you guys noticed that? He's also sick today, so you can imagine
You're lucky
kind of complaining.
You're lucky I'm even here.
Are we? Alright.
Now, on that note,
Oh yeah!
what was I going to say?
We are getting close to 6,000
6,000
subscribers.
Okay, right. Okay, that's what. Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, you can put this down now. I don't even need it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting close. And, I mean, you guys get to decide, within reason, what we do as a celebration. Because when we got to 4,000, you had your Cocoa Pops bath.
Yes.
5,000, I did the butter dance. which confused a lot of people who'd never seen the original.
It confused me, and I knew exactly what was happening. I was just like,
Understandable.
"This is quite confusing." So
For
like,
this one, I have got a suggestion. It's totally up
Yeah?
to you guys. I have got this urge to perform Michael Jackson's Heal the World in New Zealand Sign Language. I don't know much sign
right,
language
I love
apart from sign language.
I'm all about sign.
So I'd have to learn it.
I'm all about New Zealand's
Learning.
third language, sign.
Not
I'm-
third. Well, I
One.
don't think they're
Well,
ranked 1, 2, and 3. I think they're just 3 equally
Oh
official.
God, yeah, okay, yes. One of New Zealand's languages. I'm all about
It
learning
didn't
that.
get a bronze medal in the language
Yeah, I know that, but
ceremony.
I'm just saying you could pick a cooler thing to do when we hit 6,000 subs.
I can't think of anything cooler. Heal the world. I don't know the signs. I'd have to learn them. Make
Okay,
it a better place
so
for
when we-
you and for me in the end.
Now I think you just don't interpretive dance.
No, I know you and me. I know those two.
But what's that?
I
That's
meant,
interpretive
oh
dance.
yeah, I'd have to learn probably 99% of the other signs. But you and me, I've got. I don't know. If you want to see it, just comment below. Let us know.
Well, you need to subscribe. We're going to hit that 6,000 subscriber mark, so that would be awesome. I think we're like 300 away. So if you can do that, maybe tell some of your friends.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Don't do the other one because
It's different.
it's
it means a very
offensive.
different thing.
Enjoy the rest of your day,
Thank
your
you.
evening, your night, your morning, wherever
Bye.
you are. Is that bye?
Yep. Oh, I don't know. I think I just improvised.
Bye.
Bye.